Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Janvallabha, Jaya Girivardhari.
Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Janvallabha, Girivardhari.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Janvallabha, Girivardhari.
Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Janvallabha, Jai Girivardhari.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare.
Hare Krishna. So, very warm welcome to all of you for today's session on the Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll start our session with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So we discussed in our previous session, Bhagwan Kapil, he explains to Mother Devahuti about the material body, and we discussed that how in the Bhagavad Gita also this analysis of Prakriti and Purusha is done by the Supreme Lord in the 13th chapter. And we discussed that how This material body is manifest because of Prakriti, because of this material nature. And the activities which we are performing, they are also because of Prakriti, because a living entity is under the influence of the three modes of material nature. So the material body and the activities that we perform because of material body is because of the three modes of material nature, which is Prakriti. But the miseries that we undergo, the miseries and sometimes happiness in this material world is not because of Prakriti, but it is the reason for that, the cause of for that is the living entity himself, because he has chosen to not perform Krishna conscious activities. He has chosen to come into this material existence, and at every moment he is choosing to perform activities which is not in relation with Krishna. Because till we perform activities in relation with Krishna, we cannot become free from the effect of the three modes of material nature. So regarding that, now Mother Devahuti will be inquiring about this material nature and how this material nature works and its constituents. All this will be explained by Bhagwan Kapil in this beautiful philosophy of Sankhya. But we have seen one thing in the previous shloka, which we were discussing in the previous session. We discussed that how similar are the explanations of Bhagwan Kapil and Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. So similar they are, because both these philosophies are spoken by the Lord himself. So today we'll begin our discussion with text 9, shloka number 9 of the 26th chapter of the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Devahutiruvacha prakrite purushasyapi lakshanam purushottama bruhi karanayorasya sadasacchayadatmakam. Devahutiruvacha prakrite purushasyapi lakshanam purushottama bruhi karanayorasya sadasacchayadatmakam. Translation. Devahuti said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly explain the characteristics of the Supreme Person and his energies, because both of these are the causes of this manifest and unmanifest creation. Now you see. So now Mother Devahuti starts to speak. And what is she saying? That Prakrite Purushasya Api. So Prakrite means this material nature. And Purushasya means the Supreme Lord, Purusha. Purusha is Krishna. So whenever the word Purusha comes in the context of controller, that is the Supreme Lord. Sometimes this Purusha word is also used in the Vedic scriptures, and it comes in relation, in the context that they are controlled. Then thus these Purushas are the living entities. Because the original Purusha is Krishna, because he is the supreme controller. So when it comes to the person who is controlling Prakriti, that is Krishna. But when it comes to the people or the personalities who are controlled by Prakriti, that is Jiva or the living entity. I'll give you an example to substantiate this. You see, clouds, the clouds that we see in sky, they are formed because of sunlight, isn't it? The cause of the clouds is sunlight. Now, when the cloud is in the sky, can the clouds cover the sun? No. It's not possible for clouds to cover the sun. But the clouds can cover us, isn't it? The cloud, the creation or the cause of the clouds is the sun. So clouds cannot cover the sun, but they can cover our defective vision, and that is why we are not able to see the sun. If in a city, for example, say in a particular city, there are clouds hovering in the sky, then the people in that city will not be able to see the sun. But a city which is just few kilometers away from the city where clouds are there, the people in that city where clouds are not there, they'll be able to see the sun. So what does it mean? That clouds cannot cover the sun. Clouds cover our defective vision. Okay. Similarly, material energy. Who is the cause of material energy? Who has created material energy? Krishna. So material energy cannot cover Krishna. But material energy can put us under illusion. It can cover us. Right? So Krishna is always independent of material energy, because material energy cannot subdue the Supreme Lord, Krishna. But material energy has got capacity to subdue us or to put us under illusion. That is why Krishna is called Purusha, because he is the controller. Okay. Sometimes living entities are also called Purusha, but they are controlled Purusha. And Krishna is controller Purusha. Now, when living entities are called Purusha, and why they are called Purusha sometimes? Because this material energy is inferior to, because this material energy is called Apara Prakriti, which is called inferior. And we living entities, we are Para Prakriti of Krishna. So we are superior to Prakriti. But we can always come under the influence of Apara Prakriti. We have got this tendency, living entities have got this tendency to come under the influence of Apara Prakriti. So when living entities, they come under the influence of Apara Prakriti, so then living entities become controlled. Right? But when they are under the influence of Para Prakriti or superior energy of Krishna, then that is called liberated state of the living entities. Then they are not controlled. They can never become controller of material nature. Why? Because material nature is not created by them, living entities. Living entities can sometimes be under the influence of material nature. So in that state, they are called conditioned living entities. And sometimes once they get bewildered by this material nature, once they suffer in this material nature, they can decide to go back to Krishna, and then they come under the influence of Para Prakriti or superior energy of Krishna. And in that state, they are called liberated living entities. Okay. So living entities can never become controllers. But sometimes they are called Purusha in this material nature because they think that they are controllers. And to a small extent, they can manipulate this material energy. That's why they are also called, sometimes they are called Purusha, because to some extent, to very little extent, they can manipulate this material energy. But at a very small scale, right? A living entity cannot create a planet like Earth or Sun or Moon, right? But living entities can create satellites which can travel in space. So they have got very limited and very minute capacity to manipulate this material energy. And that's why sometimes they are called as Purusha, but they are controlled Purusha. And they have very minute capacity to control this material energy. But Krishna is called as Param Purusha because he is the proprietor, he is the creator of this material energy, and he is always above this material energy. He is always eternally the controller of this material energy. Right? So, Prakriti or material nature, it is connected to Krishna also, and it is connected to living entities also. Okay. So, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita says that Tasmin Garbham Dadhamyaham, that I impregnate this material nature. Okay. That means the Supreme Lord, when he glances over this Prakriti becomes impregnated with living entities. So basically, this Prakriti or material nature is like a woman who is connected to the husband also, and she is connected to the children also. Okay. So husband is Purusha, Krishna, and children of Prakriti are the living entities who come under the influence of material energy. Okay. So that's what Mother Devahuti is asking here to the Supreme Lord, to Bhagwan Kapil, the Supreme Lord, that what is the relationship between Prakriti and the living entities, and what is the relation between Prakriti and the Supreme Lord? You see, Prakrite Purushasyapi Lakshanam Purushottama. Lakshanam, what are the characteristics? Lakshanam means characteristics. So Mother Devahuti is asking that, O Purushottama, because Purushottama is Bhagwan Kapil. So she is asking Bhagwan Kapil that, O Purushottama, what are the characteristics of this material energy? Because in the previous shlokas, Bhagwan Kapil spoke about material energy. And he said that material energy is responsible for our bodies, material bodies, and our activities. But we are responsible for our happiness and distress. Material energy is responsible for our material body and our activities in this material world. But we are responsible for our happiness and distress. So that's why Mother Devahuti is asking that what are the characteristics of this material energy? So she is saying, Bruhi Karana Yorasya. And she is saying that who is the cause of this material energy? Karana Yor means the cause. So Bruhi means to speak. So she is saying that, O Purushottama, O my son, O Bhagwan Kapil, please tell me, who is the cause of this material energy? Sadasatcha yadatmakam. And Sat Asat. Sat means eternal, and Asat means temporary. So material energy has two states, manifest and unmanifest state. The unmanifest state of material energy is eternal, and that's why it is called Sat. And the manifest state of material energy is temporary, and that is why it is called Asat. So here in this shloka, that's why she is using the word Sadasatcha Yadatmakam. So basically, Mother Devahuti, she is asking these questions to Bhagwan Kapil. First of all, she is asking, what are the characteristics of this material energy? Who is the cause of this material energy? And what are the manifest and unmanifest state of this material energy? So there are different ways in which material energy is connected to the living entities and the Supreme Lord. When material energy is connected to the Supreme Lord, or when material energy is described with respect to the Supreme Lord, then material energy is called controlled. Okay. So when material energy is described with respect to the Supreme Lord, right? Then material energy is controlled by the Supreme Lord. But when material energy is explained with respect to the living entities, then material energy can bewilder or can not be controlled by the living entities, but living entities are influenced by material energy. Just like father, mother, and children. So when woman is connected to the father, she is a wife and she is controlled by the father. Just an example. But when the woman is connected to the children, she is mother and she controls the children. Right. So similarly, this material energy, when the word material energy is used in connection with Krishna, then Krishna is the controller. But when material energy, this term is used with respect to the living entities, that living entities are called controlled by the material energy. So the cause of material energy is the Supreme Lord. So material energy cannot influence the Supreme Lord. Just like clouds cannot cover the sun. So this material energy cannot cover Krishna. This is the defect of Mayavad philosophy. You see, what Mayavadis say? Why Mayavada or Advait Siddhant, why it is imperfect, why it is completely bogus and nonsense? Because this Advait or Mayavad philosophy says it's not that they have gained this knowledge from some superior source. No, they speculate about the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. So why this philosophy is called Mayavada, this Advait philosophy, why it is called Mayavada? Because they say that when Krishna descends in this material world, he is under the influence of material energy. That's why it is called, they say that when Krishna descends in this material world, he is also influenced by Maya. That is why it is called Mayavad. Because they say that Maya is superior to Krishna. And it is complete nonsense. Because Maya, how can Maya be superior to Krishna if Maya is created by Krishna? Okay. So this, according to them, matter is superior to spirit. So that's a complete nonsensical philosophy. That's why Mayavada is such a bogus philosophy. Because it has no reality. That is why it is called illusion, philosophy of illusion, Maya. So that's why it is called Mayavada, because they speculate and they say that Krishna became subjected to Maya. Krishna came under the influence of Maya, which is impossible because he is the creator of Maya. Matter cannot be superior to spirit. It's impossible. Matter is always inferior to spirit. So that is the basic fundamental principle of our beautiful philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. That Purusha, Krishna is called as Purusha because he is the supreme controller. Okay. So now let us see how Bhagwan Kapil describes the questions or how he answers the questions asked by Mother Devahuti. So text 10, Shloka number 10. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Yattat Trigunam Avyaktam Nityam Sadasadatmakam Pradhanam Prakritim Prahur Avishesham Visheshavat. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Yattat Trigunam Avyaktam Nityam Sadasadatmakam Pradhanam Prakritim Prahur Avishesham Visheshavat. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the unmanifested eternal combination of the three modes is the cause of the manifest state and is called Pradhan. It is called Prakriti when in the manifested state. It is called Prakriti when in the manifested stage of existence. You see, this is a very important shloka. Bhagwan Kapil starts to describe the material energy in this shloka. So what is he saying? Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So Bhagwan Kapil, he says, Yat tat trigunam avyaktam. Avyaktam means avyakt. Vyakt means manifest. And avyakt means unmanifest. Okay. So, when we say unmanifest, unmanifest means it is not manifest before living entities. Okay. Unmanifest state means we cannot experience. That is called unmanifest state. Manifest state means when it can be experienced by the living entities. That is called manifest state. So avyaktam means unmanifest. Okay. So yat tat trigunam avyaktam nityam sat asad atmakam. Okay. So yat tat trigunam avyaktam. Trigunam means the three modes. And avyaktam means unmanifest. Nityam means eternal. Sat asad atmakam. Sad asad atmakam means both manifest and unmanifest are present in that state. Okay. So the unmanifest state is the cause and the manifest state is the effect. Because manifest state is because of unmanifest state. For Krishna, there is nothing called unmanifest and manifest. For Krishna, both stages of Prakriti are manifest. But for us to understand, or for ordinary living entities, material nature in unmanifest state is called Pradhan, and material nature when in manifest state, it is called Prakriti. Okay. So Nityam Sadasadatmakam. So material nature when it is in unmanifest state, that unmanifest state of material nature is called Pradhan. And this Pradhan is eternal. Material energy is eternal. But sometimes it is manifest and sometimes it is unmanifest. So manifest state of this material energy is temporary. So Prakriti is temporary, but Pradhan is eternal. What does it mean? That the clouds are formed because, and just to give an example to substantiate this, the clouds formed are temporary, but the atmosphere of Earth is always there, isn't it? Clouds are a mini subset of this atmosphere. Sometimes clouds are there and sometimes clouds are not there. Right? Similarly, this cloud state, or you can say manifest state of material energy, is called Prakriti. And unmanifest state, when material energy is not present in its elementary or with its elements, that state of Prakriti is called Pradhan. So material energy is eternal. Krishna's energies are eternal because Krishna is eternal. But the manifest state of Krishna's energy is temporary. Sometimes this material energy exists. Sometimes this material energy does not exist. That means it is in unmanifest state. If you remember, when we were discussing Brahma Samhita, I explained about Mahavishnu or Karanodakshai Vishnu. Okay. So in that, Lord Brahma says that Yasyai Kanishvasita Kala Mathavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadanda Natha Vishnur Mahan Sai Hayasta Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So in that, Lord Brahma, he is saying that Yasyai Kanishvasita Kalam Atha Avalambya, that when Lord Mahavishnu he exhales, then this material nature comes into existence. And when he inhales, this whole material energy enters into his body. Material nature or material energy means all the universes. There are billions and trillions of universes floating in space. So that space is called material energy. So all these universes, when Lord Mahavishnu he exhales, all these universes come into existence. And when he inhales, all these universes enter into him. Right? So that is what is presented here by Bhagwan Kapil in a manifest and unmanifest way. So the material energy is eternal, but sometimes it is in manifest state and sometimes it is in unmanifest state. So that's what Bhagwan Kapil is saying here, that pradhanam prakritim prahur means to basically to say or to speak, avishesham visheshavat. So you see, pradhanam avishesham, prakritim visheshavat, pradhanam prahur vishesham. So pradhanam is prahur. So pradhan is that state of material existence when it is avishesham. Avishesham means it does not possess. Vishesham is because of the three modes, the gunas. So when the three modes are not active in material nature, that state of material nature is called pradhan. Okay. Now Visheshavat means the qualities are there. Qualities means the three modes. Qualitative material manifestation is called Prakriti, and non-qualitative material manifestation or unmanifest state of material energy is called Pradhan. Okay. So Pradhan means which does not have Vishesha. Vishesh means the three qualities, which is the three modes. So when material energy is without the three modes, it is called Pradhan. And when material energy is influenced by the three modes, that is called Prakriti. That is the difference between Pradhan and Prakriti. And that's what Bhagwan Kapil is saying here. Okay. So that is the fundamental difference between material energy in unmanifest state and material energy in manifest state. Material energy in unmanifest state is called Pradhan. Material energy in unmanifest state is without the three modes, and that is called Pradhan. But material energy in manifest state is called Prakriti. Material energy in manifest state consists of the three qualities or the three modes, and that is called Prakriti. So Pradhan is eternal, Prakriti is temporary. That means that material energy is eternal, but material energy in manifest state is temporary. Okay. So that is why it is called Sad Asad. Sad Asad means manifest state of material energy and unmanifest state of material energy. Now text 11, Shloka number 11. Panchabhi panchabhir brahma chaturbhir dashabhistatha etat chaturvimsatikam ganam pradhanikam viduhu. पंचभिर्ब्रह्मा चतुर्भिर्दशभिस्तथा एतच्चतुर्विंशतिकं गणं प्राधानिकं विदुः. Translation: the aggregate elements, namely the five gross elements, the five subtle elements, the four internal senses, the five senses for gathering knowledge, and the five outward organs of action are known as pradhan. So now in the previous shloka we discussed that unmanifest state of material energy is called pradhan. Okay, and that is eternal. Okay, so now here in this shloka, Bhagwan Kapil is talking about Panchabhir Brahma. Brahma means Krishna, or the effulgence of Krishna, the Brahma Jyoti basically. Now Brahma Jyoti is also Krishna's energy. Okay, and it is manifest before ordinary living entities in the form of effulgence, right? But ultimately it is Krishna's energy, Brahma. And from Brahma comes this material manifestation. So this material energy is basically transformation of Brahman only. A small part of Brahma, a small part of Krishna's effulgence becomes dark in characteristic. A very, very small, insignificant part of Krishna's effulgence becomes dark. And the dark region of Krishna's effulgence is called material energy. Right? That is the ultimate truth. That this material energy is also transformation of Brahman. But a very insignificant part of Brahman gets transformed into material energy. Very, very insignificant part. A fractional part, you can say. Okay. So Panchabhir Brahma. So that is why sometimes this material energy also can be addressed as Brahma, because everything is Brahman. Because from Brahman, everything has emanated. And the source of Brahma is Parabrahma, who is Krishna. Krishna is called Parabrahma because he is the source of Brahman. Now, everything has emanated from Brahman ultimately. So that is why sometimes you can call everything as Brahman. That's why, Vedic aphorism is Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Because everything is ultimately emanation from Brahman only. So here Bhagwan Kapil is saying that Panchabhir Brahma. So this material, unmanifest state of material energy, which is called Pradhan, sometimes it can be also addressed as Brahma. So here he is saying that Panchabhir Brahma. Chaturbhir Dashabhis Tatha. So Panchabhi means 5. Panchabhir again means 5. Chaturbhir means 4. So that is equal to 5 plus 5 plus 4, 14. And Dashabhis means 10. So 14 plus 10, 24. Tatha. Okay. Etat Chaturvimshatikam. Chaturvimshatikam means 24. Ganam Pradhanikam Viduhu. Ganam means the assembly or the sum total. So the sum total of 24 elements is called as Pradhan in its unmanifest state. So Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he says that Mahad Yonir Brahma. Mahad Yonir Brahma. Okay. So what is Mahad Yonir Brahma? In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna talks about Mahad Yonir Brahma. So, in the 14th chapter, the third shloka, Krishna talks about it. In the 14th chapter, the third shloka, Krishna talks about that Aham Yonir Mahad Brahma Tasmin Garbham Dadhamyaham Sambhava Sarva Bhuteshu. So basically, Lord Krishna, he says in the Bhagavad Gita that I am the source of Brahma. Tasmin Yonir Mahad Brahma. That means Tasmin Garbham Dadhamyaham, that I impregnate this Yonir Mahad Brahma. Now, you see, Yonir Mahad Brahma is Pradhan. Because everything is Brahma. Everything has emanated from Krishna's Brahman effulgence. Brahman effulgence is the energy which is the energy of Krishna. The primary or the most, the original potency of Krishna is Brahman. And everything has emanated from Brahman. So in that sense, even Pradhan is a emanation from Brahman only. Right? So that is why Mahadiyonir Brahma means that Brahma, that aspect or that part of Brahma which consists of these 24 elements. Okay. Now these 24, which are these 24 elements? So that Bhagwan Kapil will describe in the upcoming shlokas. In the upcoming shlokas, these 24 elements of material energy will be described by Bhagwan Kapil. So these aspects will be covering in the upcoming sessions. Those who are new to the channel can subscribe. All of you can like, comment, share. We'll stop here. We'll continue the discussion about this material energy and its elements, its 24 elements, and how they interact with each other and they form Prakriti. All that aspect we'll be covering in the upcoming sessions. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming for today's session.